We're going to fix some locks for a friend's house with the best lock doctor in the world.
We have a friend of ours that has a nice large house that they would like to turn into a bed and breakfast, and obviously the 3 bedrooms are a old style European out in the bush sort of house. So therefore he would like his locks keyed so that bedroom 1, 2 and 3 are all different. Now if anyone wants any locksmith advice, the best locksmith on the face of the earth is Lock Doctor down in Forbes Street, Devonport, and that's their phone number. Most definitely the best around. So what we're going to do here, this isn't exactly a professional job as such through a locksmith. So what we need to do is basically we've got residential sort of graded cylinders where we need to make them somewhat a commercial way, suit and adapt the premises. Now the good news is that in locksmithing, it's actually as simple as calculating depth of cuts of your key.
Like we've done here.
So as you can see here, that first cut there is a 3, the second cut is a 6, and you can see how the second cut is a lot deeper than the first cut. You can almost see that 3, 6, 2, 5, 2. 3, 6, 2, 5, 2. So what we need to do is, using a standard sort of pinning kit, which you can get on eBay or anywhere, or from Lock Doctor, you can then, what we need to do is adjust slightly the cuts of the keys because the lowest difference denominator is a 2. So if you have a 2 cut and a 3 cut, you can't do it because we need a minimum of 2. So here we will adjust the key from a 362 to a 363 so that they can all stay. So we need to adjust that cut of the A key, we need to adjust that cut of the C key, and that cut also of the C key to being this combination like that, so that then we can pin the cylinder up. So you've got your front and back door operating by all A, B, C, D keys. And then we can pin up the front door residential sort of 201 type rim lock cylinder, which is generally for your dead latches or your night latches. He already has a night latch and all that down there, and they're a bit knackered, so for very cheap, I think they're actually very cheap at hardware stores, but your best quality locks are from Lock Doctor. I would not recommend these locks at all in any which way, shape or form. This is quite literally just the cheapest way humanly possible to somewhat try and build. And the customer is actually, well, he's not a customer, he's a friend of mine, is actually aware that this may or may not actually work because you do need commercial grade cylinders to do this. So this is basically an experiment to do for a mate that lives down the road who I cut some wood for occasionally. So, yes, Chloe.
This is from yesterday. No, not yesterday. On Monday.
So this is a barrel that we used that we're putting in those particular pins into.
Yeah, and it came out of one of these.
It didn't, but... So here's the key that we put into there. So on the key, it is 36252, and we've put in here 36352. And you can see how that third chamber, that pin sits above the shear line of the barrel. So what we need to do is make that cut of the key deeper to a 3 in order to be able to make this concept work. I'll pause it just here and give you to Chloe. And here, I'm now going to adjust that third cut from a 2 to a 3. And to make sure I'm doing that correctly, I will check my heights with the barrel. Now, as you can see, I'm using a chopping board, so I'm not marking the missus's table. And as you can see, I was only going forward with the file, and as you can see, it's already made a large difference to that pin. It's still up a little bit. We'll run a couple more. You don't want to go back on your file because the cutting edge of files are forward. So if you were to return it backwards, you're going to blunten that cutting edge, making your file less effective. And as you can see, it's now sitting at the same heights as all the other ones. You pausing, Donna?
Yep.
And now I've adjusted this cut to a 3, and this one here is room 1, which I have built to this combination. So now, see if the key that I haven't adjusted, looking at me here, the key that I haven't adjusted won't work because it's a 2 cut and not a 3. And we swap to this key that I have adjusted, and now, fingers crossed, this key operates this this cylinder. Oh, stop it. Oh. We have success. So now we have the A key operating the cylinder, which didn't before. So we'll pause it again, and I will make sure that we've got the C key. The B key should now operate it without any adjustment. Check our heights with the barrel to make sure our calculations are correct, to make sure all the heights are correct and the pins in here are correct. Because as you can see, that's all we need to do. And residential cylinders are not the best to deal with. So I do not recommend trying this at home, but we're doing a bit of a lesson so people know what is going on behind the scenes in locksmithing. And after a very minor adjustment, that key works. So now we have a room 1 cylinder that operates off the A key that the owner wishes to have, and it operates the B key which the owner will give to the person that belongs to that room. And from here, we'll try not to go too much further into it because we don't want to go too far into the security and stuff like that. But now we will now key pin this cylinder to all A, B, C and D keys, which is currently on its little key now. The front door cylinder he has at the moment is a Yale, so we'll continue to use his lock, but it's the $9 or $19 or $29 cylinder here that we will use for his front door, so he's able to have the same key profile for everything. And we will go down there after this and hopefully fit it all off. Now I hope you gained a bit of knowledge from that, and you are aware that Lock Doctor is the only locksmith in the world that you can go that you should go to, because he is fantastic. It definitely comes with a wow factor. And that's a bit of locksmithing 101 on a bit of a residential scale. And that's what happens behind the scenes with locksmithing if you want to basically change the combination of your barrels to lock out an unwanted person who has access, or to change it so you've got one key for the whole house. And I'll hand you back to Chloe.
See you on the next video.